Hello, my name is Gary Montgomery, Gary Montgomery Guitars. Today I'm going to show you how I bend my guitar sides. I use an old side bender I made many years ago. Works great, so I still use it today. First of all, you take your sides, sand them down to about 85 thousandths. If you leave them too thick, they're going to crack. You may wonder, where do you put this on the mold? Well, the way I do it, I take a piece of tape, put it on my mold, I mark it in the center, mark it on the end, and mark it over here. And when you take it up, you have the markings to where it's going to go on your side. See how that matches up with the side markings? I marked it with some chalk. But anyway, that's how you do it. Let's go ahead and bend these sides. See that chalk mark? I got the chalk mark. Line it up at the center of your waist. I've got another mark on the mold down here, so make sure it's lined up correctly. Very important to line that up correctly, and you won't have any problems. Let me squirt this again. That's how I wet. I squirt my sides, and I make sure they're good and wet. Make sure they're good and wet. These have been soaking for about 20 minutes. Take them out and spray them down real good every few minutes. And when you line it up, make sure it's lined up good. You take your piece of spring steel and you put this on here. That helps protect the wood from burning. And then you take your silicone heat pad and lay it on here too. Make sure everything still looks good, looks pretty good. Looks good. Make sure that's still lined up. Very important to get it lined up right. And then you take the waste piece of wood here, I don't know what you call it, and when you stick it over it, put the bolt through this side, get your washer, put it over here, and you take your wing nuts and go ahead and get them started. Let's get that, make sure it's lined up right. Let's see, make sure that side's lined up. That looks good. About an inch. Just about that much. Make sure you get it lined up properly. Alright, that looks good. Alright, we're ready to start bending. You turn your heat pad on high. I'm turning on full power, full heat. And this heating pad gets pretty hot. It gets about 500 degrees. So you wait until you start hearing some sizzling sounds. When you hear it sizzling, you know it's ready to start bending. It doesn't take long. It just takes just a few minutes. I'm going to start tightening these wing nuts. Go ahead and start tightening on those. Just keep turning, keep turning. Keep turning. Starting to get hot. Oh yeah. I can feel the heat coming off this pad pretty strong. Okay, I hear some sizzling. When you hear that sizzling, that means it's ready. And then start turning these wing nuts, both of them together, until it goes all the way down to the bottom of the waist of the mold. I have a mold for every guitar that I make. I handmade this years ago, but it still works great. Keep turning, keep turning, keep turning, until it goes all the way down to the bottom. Still got a little ways to go. See that smoke coming up off that? Got a little ways to go. Keep turning. Just about there. And make sure that's down all the way. Alright, they're down. Alright, it's all the way down to the bottom of the waist. Next, you take your handles and wrap them around, and there's another spring on this side. Then you start pulling forward. I'll take a block of wood here because this is going to get hot. Take that block of wood and hold it. Start pulling that spring forward. You can hear that wood sizzling now. And it starts getting, you feel the wood turn into rubber. It starts going down a little at a time. Keep bending. Keep going. That's heating up pretty good. Keep going. Keep moving that handle down all the way down. That's good right there. That's good. Make sure it's down there good. Alright, then we go to the back. Don't touch that pad. That pad is hot. Bring it around. Connect the other side. Start doing the same thing. Hear that wood? Hear it sizzling? See the smoke? Keep going. Keep going slowly. You don't want to go too fast. We'll switch sides here. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Now we're going to let this wood cook. When we get down to the bottom, you can hear it still cooking. It doesn't matter if it's completely down on the ends, because that's the main thing is just waste. Looks good. Make sure it's down here all the way. Let me see this side. Yeah, it looks good. There you go. Now we're going to let it cook. We'll let it cook on high just for a few minutes, and I'm going to turn it down to a lower heat and just let it cook for a while. Then after it cooks, I'm going to let it cool for about at least an hour. Let me get this thing, make sure this thing is down all the way. Check it out, check your work out. There you go, now it's cooking. I would appreciate it if you smash the subscribe button on the bottom right of your screen and give me a thumbs up, and I appreciate that. Anyway, stay tuned for the rest of my guitar videos. This is a series of guitar building videos that I've started. This is number 3. I've got quite a few left. Now I'm going to turn this down to a little lower heat, and I'm going to let it cook a little while. Now after it cools for about an hour, you take it out of the mold and you put it in your dreadnought mold to keep the shape. And when this gets finished, I'll do the same thing. Put it in here, and I'll cut the 2 ends where they'll fit perfectly. Anyway, that's how I bend my sides. Anyway, I'm Gary Montgomery, Gary Montgomery Guitars. Thank you for watching my videos, and I appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned, I've got a lot more videos coming. Gary Montgomery Guitars. Thank you very much, and God bless.